Okay, I was coming in here to make another video when I noticed I had mail. It apparently came while I was gone, and David, he's been busy doing something for work. That's been getting on his nerves. They're changing the way they do their logs on their computer. He's aggravated. So anyway, he went to bed. I thought, well, that'd be a good time for me to record. Then I saw that. I'm like, well, I have to do this one first. So I started recording, and I was going to open the box while I had y'all here, but Joan over at Joan's Pointed Plate is a ninja rapper. These contents were not going anywhere. So Joan, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to see what is in this box. First of all, this was on the top. It is called Raccoon Creek Blend, Crescent Moon Coffee and Tea. This is from a local roaster where she lives, and she knows I love my coffee. Soon as I didn't know it was in there, and as soon as I opened that box, I could smell it. It smells wonderful. Cannot wait to try it. Now, let's get to the good part. Let me show you. Okay, you see who's back here? We're going to meet her today, too. She had her bath, and when she has her bath, this is her favorite hangout spot for after bath relaxing. Okay. Y'all, look. Joan makes coffee cups, glasses, you name it, she makes it. Okay, there's Flair. And look, Flair's mom. Oh, I love it. Thank you. And there's something else in here, you little tricky girl. I can see through the paper. Oh, that is so cool. Check it out. A girl and her phone. Because y'all know that's where y'all at. Look at that. Joan, thank you so much. You know, I was not expecting this. Oh, I appreciate it so much. It makes me so happy. Now, I've got to move out some coffee cups and make room for my 2 new ones. So that will be my evening festivities. Brewing me a new pot of coffee and drinking in my... I'm going to have to double fist it. That's all I know. I don't know which one to use first. So hold on. I'm going to cut you off just a second so I can get her down. Okay, we're back. You can see she's trying to... She as a breed, they like to be up high. Okay, so there she goes. So, come here. Let's meet everybody. Turn around. Come here. Look. Say hello. Say hello. So this is Flair. I don't know if you can see. She don't like it up here. Come on, baby. Well, if you can see how... you can't really see how chubby she is. She's actually lost weight. I had to put her on a diet at one point because she just had gained too much weight. But she's so lazy. She is. By the vet's calculation, when I got her, she was a year old. And I've had her since January of 2012. So that makes her 8.5 years old. What? A little over 8.5. And so for her, that's pretty much a little lady. But she acts like it. Like I was telling the other day, she's my spirit animal. Come on. Come on. Let her get back to her spot. But when I got her, I had went to Repticon. It is a reptile show that goes around to, different cities. So we have one down at our fairgrounds. That year, I specifically went to face my fears of all things reptile, scary, creepy, whatever. I don't know why, but I just had it on my brain. I'm like, okay, you're going to go and you're going to see what they have and you're going to face it. Snakes, you name it. Okay. So I went. It was a 2-day event. We bought the 2-day tickets, and me and my son and his girlfriend at the time. And I can't remember if my daughter went. I know she went later. They have 2 a year. So we went, and she was at... Well, let me back up. before I found her, I went around. I held the snakes, all the lizards you can imagine, tarantulas. I met a friend that I'm still friends with. He's the tarantula guy. I met a girl. She's a bearded dragon lady. I'm still friends with her. And so I just went around. I'm just like, you know what? I'm here to do it. And I'm going to do it. So I held it all. If I can remember, I'll try to find. I know I got a good picture of me and the tarantula, so I'll try to insert that. I don't know if I have snake pictures. I'm pretty sure I got snake pictures too. But there was one booth she was at. Okay, now I knew nothing about bearded dragons whatsoever. But I went around, and these people called themselves a zoo. They were supposed to be educating children on exotic creatures, animals, whatever. She was in, I don't know if you've ever seen at the pet store, these little clear plastic cricket keepers. People keep, spiders or whatever you want to keep in it, but it's just a little plastic thing. Now, she was not this big, but she was bigger than that. She was not under a light. They have to be under lights. They have to have the UV rays. They have to have the heat. She was on top of the table in this little case with the lid on it, just sitting there. It makes me sad because I don't care what your pet is. I don't care. I don't care if it's a spider. I don't care what it is. You treat your animals like they deserve to be treated. This little lizard didn't ask to be born, and she was put into it. So the man that had her before the man I got her from, her first year of husbandry, my vet said, was terrible. She was so sick when I got her. I took her. We have an exotic vet in town. If you can believe, in my little town, we have an exotic vet. So I took her there right away to get her checked out. So anyway, I'm all over the place because I'm very passionate about treating your animals with respect. And now that I've had her for so long, I just feel so bad that she was treated so bad and neglected. So I just asked them, can I hold her? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I got her out. And when I did, she was ice cold. She was like a block of ice. Okay, at the time, I didn't realize fully the extent. She's going to jump down in my lap. You watch. I didn't realize the extent of her being that cold. That, she can be out now. Obviously, they could come out, but the majority of the time, they need to be under their lights. So I picked her up, and she automatically went up here, and she just laid. So it was my body heat. She was like clinging to my body heat, and she just laid there. So I held her, and I'd walk around a little bit, and there was something about this little dragon that just drew me to her. And I'd go, and I'd come back. And 2 days, the first day, they didn't say anything, right? So the second day, I get there. The very first place I went, I made a beeline to her because I'm like, this is my last day I've got to see her again. Well, there was a girl working the booth, and then the guy who, ran it, he admitted to me that the only reason he had her is because who he got her from, he wanted her set up, meaning he wanted her tank and her lights. He didn't want her. That's why she was up in that little plastic case. They had a green, the totes, the lids flap like that. They had one of those down there, and they had a lamp clamped to it. And so every now and then they would throw her down in there. Couldn't have been very often, or she wouldn't have been that cold. So I made a beeline to her. I'm like, I need to hold her. So they're like, okay, go ahead. So I'm holding her, and then I might have went away and come back, and the girl, the guy was gone then. So the girl was like, so-and-so, whatever, said to tell you that you could have her for any donation. So they were taking donations for their zoo. They were trying to build a spot instead of traveling around. They wanted to like build a place for kids to come to, which thank God they're now defunct. I don't know that they ever got off the ground. And I learned too they have a bad reputation of not caring for their animals. But she's like, he said you can have her for any donation. I'm like, well, I don't have any money. I didn't have a dime on me. I'm like, I don't have any money. And she's like, he said, she emphasized, he said, any donation. So I looked at RJ. He's like, well, I got a $10 bill. And she said it again. I'm not exaggerating. She said it again. He said, any donation. So RJ just put $20 in their little jar, and I got my baby. They are way more than $10. Just put it that way. They're, depending on what kind you get and the age and the type, they're expensive. I could have never have afforded one. Didn't know I wanted one until I got her. So I have her. We're coming home. Nothing to put her in, so she's just, riding along with me in the car. And we get home, and my husband, he's out there working on his pickup truck. And he had in the driveway, and he had the hood up, and he was up under it. And I just had her on me, and I walked by, and I stopped, and I went like that. I said, look what I got. I'm telling y'all, he just goes, that was it. He didn't say nothing. Because I kind of bucked the system. He doesn't like floor animals. It's not that he hates cats or dogs. He just does not like animals with hair on the floor walking in his house. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. And so my children never had cats or dogs, which is why I think when they finally moved out, they got their own cats because they're cat people. Hold on one second. Okay. She is spinning out back there on my skin. She works better when I have my sleeves on, shirt with sleeves. So I'm like, you know what? If I get an animal that goes in a tank, I can have a pet. So when she came along, I'm like, there you go. So when I got her, I just jumped in and started learning everything I could know about them. Of course, I don't know everything. I don't know about breeding them because she's never been bred and she was never going to be bred. So I don't know about that. I don't know everything. I am not an expert by any means, but I know what I need to know to keep her happy, healthy, and safe. And so she's been my baby for all these years, and I just can't imagine what in the world I did before I had her. She is so funny. She's stubborn. Oh my gosh, bearded dragons are so stubborn. And she's got to where all she wants to eat is superworm. Come on. Can you get it out there? Come on, baby. I told you she's going to take a nosedive. She'll be back up in a minute. She should eat her greens. She should, have a vegetable every now and then. She stopped eating that. At first, she would eat it. She won't touch it. She'll eat dandelions from the yard. But that's it. That and superworms. She quit eating her roaches. She ate roaches for the longest time because they're very nutritious. Then she got to where she just turned her nose up. She just wouldn't eat them anymore. So, crickets are just like poof. There's nothing to that. So superworms it is. I know it's not a very diet, and she should eat more, but you can't force her. I can't pry her mouth open and shove it down her throat. So that's what she gets. She gets superworms and dandelions when the yard ain't mowed, which is half the time. But anyway, so yeah, that's my baby right there. And I want to say thank you again, Joan, for my cool stuff. I can't wait to use them. I can't wait to make my coffee. And I hope you enjoyed seeing Flair. And I think that's all I have to say about her. So tell them bye. Say bye-bye. Look at that. You see that? She's got one like Mama. Okay.